As the Wayne County Sheriff fends off the latest sexual harassment claims against him, taxpayers are shelling out a small fortune in court. So far, the county has paid out more than $130,000 in legal fees to defend a federal lawsuit against Raphael Washington, and the bill continues to grow.
Tonight, the 7 investigators are taking you behind closed doors, showing you what happened when one of Washington's own appointees accused him of sexual harassment.
Secret recordings and emails reveal what officials did and did not do after learning the sheriff may have crossed the line. Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
Have you ever made a comment of a sexual nature to any female employee in the county of Wayne?
No.
Have you ever touched a female employee in the county of at the county of Wayne?
No.
Throughout his law enforcement career, Raphael Washington has been accused repeatedly of harassment or unwanted touching by women.
A lot of people say you've done stuff like that.
I don't know, a lot of people said that.
Well, we'll cover it.
6 different women in all, over 2 different police departments, spanning almost 25 years. Allegations the sheriff has adamantly denied, including the latest claims made in an ongoing federal lawsuit.
Why do people want to lie about you? These are people that work to help you get elected.
Not all of them.
The first documented claim dates back to 2002, when, while an officer with Detroit police, Washington's ex-wife said he was peeping through her windows at night. In 2008, Washington was accused of touching a woman's thigh at work inside a police building and asking to see her panties. In 2010, while at the sheriff's office, a 3rd woman accused Washington of persistently asking her to go out on a date, even though he knew she was married. And in 2016, a 4th accused him of repeatedly asking her for massages and produced text messages to prove it. To settle the lawsuit and another claim against a different sheriff's employee, the county agreed to pay $85,000. Washington admitted no wrongdoing, and in each case, he was not disciplined.
The latest claims are made here in federal court, where a former sheriff's appointee says Washington fired her after he learned she had secretly recorded him.
Regina Parks was the sheriff's community engagement director and a regular contributor to his campaign. She claims the sheriff touched her buttocks, propositioned her for sex, and made lewd and sexual comments over a period of years. And she says she reported that conduct to the sheriff's chief of staff, Michael Turner. Turner says that never happened. The day before she was fired, Parks says she told the sheriff's executive assistant that she'd secretly recorded Washington sexually harassing her.
Regina Parks said she had a tape of you hitting on her. Do you disagree with that statement?
I don't disagree with that at all.
Washington denies all of Parks' harassment claims and, in a response to the lawsuit, says she wasn't fired for recording him, but for throwing a fit after her director title was taken. In asking that the case be dismissed, the county calls the lawsuit self-serving and says there is no evidence that any of these incidents occurred.
But at the same time Parks claimed the sheriff sexually harassed her, another female appointee would accuse Washington of similar misconduct. They are claims that are captured in audio recordings and emails that the county never investigated.
I feel like he's got to be a little more careful with the stuff that he's saying.
This is a recording made in secret in June of 2022. It was recorded by Washington's then communications director, Erica Erickson. She was speaking privately to Michael Turner, the sheriff's then chief of staff.
It's to the point where I'm, uncomfortable enough to come to you and say.
You make me feel uncomfortable, Erica.
A little bit. My name's Erica or director. It's not babe or baby. He told me I looked fine, like his wife was 10 feet away. And he asks if I don't wear heels to work and dresses and things like,
I would tactfully talk to him.
Turner had worked alongside Washington for more than a decade, and he was his right-hand man in the sheriff's office. Listen to how he described Washington behind closed doors.
Ray has long been a womanizer, and he makes me uncomfortable with relationships he had around here with 2 people in particular that accused him.
Their conversation took place only 2 weeks after we'd reported on prior harassment claims against the sheriff, claims his campaign called rumor and innuendo. But listen to what Chief Turner, the campaign's treasurer, said in private.
He can't help himself. And I shouldn't say that. That didn't jump out. I keep telling him Those words are not acceptable anymore in the workplace. Yeah, you did get caught peeping in the window. Yeah, you did get a sexual harassment charge, and it cost the county $85,000. That's true. Everything they've said is true.
Turner told Erickson that he would talk to Washington about her claims, but as weeks went by, she said Washington continued to make her uncomfortable. So she sent this email to Turner and Wayne County's Undersheriff Mike Jafer. I came to you, Chief, on June 24th with what I felt like were legitimate concerns about the sheriff's sexually harassing behavior. I've spoken to you both about this extensively and nothing has been resolved. I've been willing to overlook comments from the sheriff, like calling me baby and babe on numerous occasions and as recently as Saturday, and by asking me to stay in his room in Mackinac with him several times, or asking me to wear certain clothing, etc. I understand it's campaign season and a delicate time, but I did not ask for this. I feel like I am being backed into a corner.
If supervisors know about sexual harassment, it imposes a duty upon them to investigate it.
We shared the email with Bill Cycli, an attorney who's represented both plaintiffs and defendants in sexual harassment claims.
This particular memo and these particular complaints would be devastating in terms of whether or not the county had any reason to be concerned about the problem.
But the sheriff's office did not investigate Erickson's claims. Instead, officials would later meet in person with her, including the sheriff, his undersheriff, and Chief Turner.
Do you think when I'm saying that I'm being sexual?
I told you I don't think you're being malicious.
No, I mean
And
sexual. Am I coming at you in some kind of sexual harassment?
sometimes your eyes look that way, yeah.
In another secretly recorded meeting, Washington told Erickson she had misinterpreted his comments or denied making them altogether. He said the offer to use his hotel room was a misunderstanding. Rooms on the island for the Mackinac Policy Conference were booked up, and he didn't want her to have to stay further away. He said he would have never shared a room with her, and if Erickson was so concerned, she should have told him.
If you're about me in this agency, you have to protect me. You have to tell me in real time.
I feel like this is being turned on me somehow, but
No.
When we asked the county for any record of sexual harassment allegations against the sheriff since 2021, they told us none exist. They did not share Erickson's email or any record of her meeting with sheriff's officials. In fact, spokeswoman Maura McDonald told us there was no meeting before she learned we had a recording of it.
I have been sexually harassed in every single job I've ever had.
Have you
Daily.
been sexually harassed here?
I mean, there's an inappropriate feeling that I have.
But listen to what the sheriff said under oath when questioned about whether Erickson ever made a claim of sexual harassment.
Erica Erickson never had a complaint.
Oh, she made a complaint to Turner,
I don't know.
and she made complaints to you.
No, she didn't.
Okay,
She never made a complaint to me.
okay.
Matter of fact, she told me she didn't have a complaint.
This is as bad as it can be. I mean, I don't know what actually happened to these women, but it was clear that the county didn't want to know.
Well, the sheriff's office maintains Erickson never made a formal complaint of harassment. She would lose her job with the county only a few months after that meeting. It happened following an OWI arrest in Oakland County that the sheriff's office said was justification for not renewing her appointment. Erickson's attorney, Deb Gordon, says there is no record detailing why Erickson was let go. She pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor and was sentenced to probation. After Regina Parks filed her lawsuit, it would be disclosed that she and Chief of Staff Michael Turner, her supervisor, had engaged in a sexual relationship between 2021 and 2024. Turner would later retire following the disclosure. He declined comment for this story. A judge will rule on the county's motion to dismiss the Parks lawsuit in the coming months. I'm Ross Jones, 7 News Detroit.
Ross, thank you very much.